Hey guys, welcome back. Today's session will cover the topic Automatic Payment Program, APP. Automatic Payment Program is very important in terms of interview, and almost 20 to 25% of interview questions are from this topic, Automatic Payment Program. What does this Automatic Payment Program do? Look, this is a transaction where your vendors are automatically paid depending on their terms of payment or the due date. Okay. However, it's not an alarm clock where you just set the time and an alarm rings. No, user need to click here and there. He needs to process a few screens and then the system automatically pays. In advanced systems, there are also possibilities of integration with your bank accounts directly. Yes, integration with your business bank accounts. As soon as this program is run in your system, then the same information is being directed to the bank. Then upon a few clarifications or confirmation from the businesses, bank pays off the amounts to your vendors. Okay, this is very important, yet I would say lengthy topic, but easy if you understand. There are many configuration steps. Yes, there are 6 to 7 configuration steps, and further there are a few user level transactions as well. So instead of making this session very lengthy, I would split this session into two parts. The first would be the configuration of automatic payment program, and other would be the user level. Okay, it's only to just make this session more convenient for you. Okay, so let's start with the configuration first. This is the part 1 of this session. As I told you, I'll be planning to create another session for the user level transactions. Let's head back to SAP screen. Since it is configuration, you'll have to move to SPRO, financial accounting new, then accounts receivable and payables, business transactions, outgoing payments, automatic outgoing payments, and then you have this payment method, bank selection, and all. These are the steps. You can follow each configuration, else I can go with this setup payment program. The T code for this is FBZP. It's FBZP. However, there is no execute icon here, so we'll have to execute it separately. Sorry, by mistake I just clicked this icon. Open a new session. I go with FBZP. Not required to be caps in the caps. It's just for you to be visible. This is the screen FBZP. Here are 6 steps. As I told you, there are 6 configuration steps. All company codes, paying company codes, payment methods, in-country payment methods, in-company code, bank definition, house banks. Now let me switch over to display IMG, keeping this screen intact. So set up all company codes, paying company code, payment methods, in-country payment methods per company code. The configuration nodes are similar here and here. You can choose any of the options, either this way or this way. Okay, and be careful here, these are not T codes here. I told you in the very beginning that this is only for your help. This does not strictly give you the T codes. Okay, these are not the T codes. T codes you can find after going inside. Come back to the screen, FBZP. This is kind of a wizard where you can get all the configurations under one roof. So I'll be using this for the sessions. The first, configures all company codes. In fact, interviewer can also ask you a question. what are the steps for APP configuration. Then you need to list down all of them. It's all company codes, paying company codes, payment methods in country, and so on. Now let's start with the all company codes first. New entries, please. Company code 9001 is mine. Next, paying company code. There are two fields here, sending company code and paying company code. Sending company code is the company code for which the invoice is sent, and paying company code is which pays. Okay, it can be two ways, right? If there is a parent and a sister company, invoice may be received by the sister company, payment may be made by the parent company. Okay, here APP is mainly concerned with the paying company, not the sending company code. Hence, it is mandatory. So the paying company code is same 9001, right? And save. Various details here are not required. If you wish to pay the down payments as well using APP, you can enter here your special year transactions such as A, F, and so on. A stands for down payment on current assets, F for your down payment requests, and save this. Other fields are not required at the moment. If you wish to consider discounts, you need to enter the discounts as well. Max cash discount is the check mark which you need to have in cases of discounts. Next, paying company codes. We already have here. Let's see if it is already there, as we can create one. 9001 is not here. Just create a new one. New entries. 9001. Next field. Minimum amount for incoming payment. It's up to the business to decide when to use APP on which amount. Generally, it's 1 and 1. Currencies are at the moment, don't worry. As soon as I press enter, system will take the currency of my company code. I press enter or this. Look, it comes to INR. Let it be 1. And minimum amount for ordering payment be 1. You may have a question here. Sir, minimum amount for outgoing payment is fine because we are paying. How about incoming payment? Are we going to use APP for incoming payments as well? Yes, you are going to do that. However, since we have not entered accounts receivable, I cannot show you here. So just save and you're done with this node. Later on, if you find some time for yourselves, just go through all the items here. That would make a difference actually. Next, payment methods in country. Let me find India, country India. Now you may choose a country depending upon what country have you assigned to your company code. For me, it's India for 9001. Look, there are a few payment methods. What are these payment methods? Payment methods are basically a method of payment. For example, check, cash payment, wire transfer, and so on. There are many payment methods here created by many students, I guess, but that is not required. In standard, you will have C for check. Okay, and spelling used for check here in SAP is CHECK. Just go inside for once under C. We will be using C. Here, there are a few options which you need to be seeing. First thing, payment method for. So one payment method can be used either for outgoing or incoming. Okay, either for outgoing or incoming. Do not change a payment method because this can be used by n number of company codes in country India. All right, do not change them. This is a very important interview question. That Interview may ask you this way: can a payment method be used for outgoing and incoming? No, a payment method can be either outgoing or incoming. If one payment method is assigned for outgoing, for incoming you need to create another payment method from new entries. Payment method classification, it's check. Allowed for personnel payments, this is correct for employees. And this required master record specifications. Unless if my vendor does not have a street, PO box or postal code or bank details, then the payment will not happen. These are these checks which are required. If I check mark this field is required in the vendor, this field is required in the vendor. Since I'm not sure if I entered postal code or something in my vendor, I'm just removing them. Okay, you can just have this check mark and then try for yourself. You'll come to know what it is. That's it. And document type for payment is ZP. What is the document type for ordering payment in our manual payments? That is KZ, but here it's ZP and ZV for clearing. That's fine. And save. Excuse me. These options are not required at the moment. Even we never use it. These are very common. Next, payment methods in company code. We have seen in country. Now we are going into company code. New entries. My company code 9001. And payment method I'll be going to use is C, as I already told you. Then minimum amounts. For this check, what is the minimum amount to be used for APP or this payment method? I say 1 and maximum is 999. In India, there is a rule saying in cases of cash payments, 20,000 or 25,000 is the maximum limit. So if it were to be cash, I would have entered minimum 0 or 1 and maximum to be 20,000. Okay. So here I have entered for check, it's okay, it's valid for n number of things. And remaining, I don't see anything here to be filled in. Just save. Sorry, save. We're done with the first step. Next, bank determination. Do not enter it yet, because bank determination is what says that what bank is to be paid first. For example, if you have two bank accounts, which bank account do you want to be used for reimbursements? Got my point? But to access this option, bank determination, you should already have defined bank accounts in your system. For now, we don't have a bank account, so we need to first create some bank accounts. So we skip this step now for bank determination and head over to house banks. House banks are named. This house bank means that banks with which your business has the transactions. Okay, so first we create house banks and bank accounts, then we'll move on to bank determination. Let's head over to house banks first. Company code 9001 as usual. No entries here, so new entries. House bank, that should be any SDFC. Bank country, it's IN India, and click on create. It will be creating a bank key basically. Bank name HDFC, region, so on, so on, so whatever you wish to enter, you can enter. I'm not entering anything, and press enter. That's it. Next, bank key. Drop down. We have already created, just now we created HDFC. This, oops, sorry. Bank key needs to be entered. Just give me a moment. We just created one. Mhm. SDFC. Okay, there you go. Now, after entering the bank key, go to create. Because initially I did not enter anything here, hence system hasn't taken any bank key. I could have used this, but system is not allowing us to use. So just enter SDFC or SDFC1 bank key, go to create. Now you see bank key is here. Now system can let you save and use this SDFC. Now if I go to drop down, you will see this. It was because this bank key was left blank previously. System was not picking up the same. So always enter something in the bank key and then save. Where's our bank key now? Look, this is what I just created. SDFC1. That's it. And now go inside bank accounts. We are into house banks heading or folder. Go inside bank accounts node. Go to new entries. Now this is where we are creating accounts. Initially what we created was bank to say that yes, there exists an SDFC bank. Now what is the account ID? Account ID you can enter like current account or savings account like SDCA. CA stands for current account. It's maximum 5 digits alphanumeric. SDFC current account. Bank account number can be any alphanumeric. Next currency is INR. All right. Now, very important thing here is the GL. Okay. What GL should I assign here? Let me take you to my Excel and explain you something here. Under a house bank, you may have multiple accounts. Okay. Multiple accounts. Under accounts, you will be assigning the GLs to it. Generally there are 3 GLs for each account. That is one main bank account. Next is your incoming bank account and outgoing bank account. For all the incoming, all the transactions related to your revenue will be stored in incoming. All the transactions related to your payments or disbursements will be from outgoing bank GL. So these are GLs I was talking about basically. And main bank is used for the reconciliation of this both. No transactions are posted in the main bank directly. Only through reconciliations, the final amount will be transferred to the main. I hope you understood. So we'll be creating a main bank account here now to assign here main bank. So create a GL in FS00. I hope I'm not going so fast because creation of GL is very simple for you by now. Where do I create a bank GL? Of course, in cash and cash equivalents will be my bank. Already 1 lakh is here. I would create another GL with 1 lakh 1. Balance sheet. Main HDFC account. I copy the same. Under control data, no special thing, no reconciliations, anything, only line item display. Under create bank interest, G001 and save. So just copy this GL, assign here and save. That's it. You have completed the house bank and bank accounts. Now, Let's head to bank determination, last step in the configurations. Paying company codes we have already created, so I look up for positions 9001. Here is. You cannot double click, just select your company code and go to the first node, that is ranking order. This is where you tell to the system what bank account or house bank is to be used. Payment method C, yeah, this P stands for payment method, currency, ranking order, and house banks. Currency is INR, ranking order is 1, and my house bank is SDFC. Okay, in case you have more than one banks and you wish to assign them in an order, just go on with 1, 2, 3, 4. Bank with first ranking order will be considered for payments by the system first. Next, double click on bank accounts and new entries. Here, house bank is HDFC. Payment method is C. Currency is INR. Account ID HDFC1, or it was HDCA1. Then bank sub account, very important. This bank sub account is your sub account here. If main is this, these two are sub accounts. Okay, these are my sub accounts. So what do you want me to assign here? Incoming or outgoing? Which out of two? This depends on the payment method you have entered here. In my payment method C, if you remember, which option was selected in the payment method? It was incoming or outgoing. If you wish, you can just rewind the video. It was outgoing payment here in the payment method. So I should create an outgoing payment GL. So let's head on to FS00 again, create a GL. Now, which group should I create? Liabilities, assets? No, it will be created under cash and cash equivalents. Though it is for outgoing bank GL, it is still your bank that should fall under cash and cash equivalents. Here, today I'll show you how to copy a GL from an existing GL. Select a GL, it's already there, and click on copy. System will ask you from which GL to which GL. From 1,01,000 to 1,02,000. 1,02,000 being a new GL number I'm giving. Look, the GL is copied. Now you need to enter here. It's outgoing SDFC and outgoing SDFC account. So look at control data. It's already line item there, and G001 is already there because it was the same case of 1,01,000. I save. So you can just copy the GL. All properties will be copied to the new GL. So this is the GL number for outgoing bank account, and I enter here and save. Oops, well, that's okay if you save. There's also another node which I need to go into, available amounts. New entries, house bank, SGFC, account ID, SDCA1, days. Here I'm to tell to the system that what is the amount available in my business. I don't want to limit the amount, so this is what I enter, available amount for outgoing. You may ask, so this needs to be changed every time, correct? When an account is reimbursed, the available amount reduces. This does not reduce by itself. This is only for outgoing payment. This does not refresh. However, this control is with the is at user level as well to change the amounts and days. Days means that for how many days is this amount valid. I have entered 990 days, that means infinite number. All right, and save. That's it. The other nodes are not important, not required as well. So we are done with the configuration here of FBZB. In the next session, we would continue with the user transactions. All right. We should continue a session later. Thanks for your time. Meanwhile, I recommend you to revise my configuration steps before you head on to the user level transactions. Unless you're good at configuration, it may be hard for you to understand the user level transactions where they are flowing from. Thank you. See ya. Meet you in the next session.